What's going on, everybody? What's happening? We made it through another week of work and we're back here. All right, we got 10 people. Let's check out who we got in the room so far. Terry's here. What's happening? Brian's here. Forsaken Steel, thanks for coming in, man. All right, Richard Sumner made it. Thanks, Richard. All right, Grady's in here. Can't have a live without our buddy Grady. What's going on, Rick? How you doing, brother? All right, Josh made it in. Cool. What else we got in here? That's all I see. So, hey, Mark's Garage, Hedgeville, West Virginia made it. Torp, what's going on, Torp? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Well, we got some stuff done out in the shop this week. You guys seen, it was not our greatest triumph week, but we made it out in the shop. We got a little stuff done. John come over today, my son, and helped me get all the Nova seats, put them back in the back of the garage on that table we cleared off. Now Kim's bench is covered with stuff, so we better get that cleared off tomorrow after the meet. So yeah, we're going to the swap meet tomorrow. All right, we'll see how that goes. We talked to what was it, William Wegman over at Nobody's Show, hun? He goes to that and he said it's like a pig and pick. He said it's pretty good, but it's not like a big vendor one like you would expect at Carlisle or Hershey. But that's all right. We're gonna go check it out. It's about, I don't know, it's about an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes from us. I think it's down by the Morgantown exit, Kim. If I'm from when I went to pick the Nova up, I drove right past it. I saw the speedway, so it's a little more than an hour each way. We're probably going to spend 2 hours there. It's a pretty big complex, so if we can go live tomorrow for a little bit, we will. We're definitely going to bring the camera so we can do some filming. I'm going to bring full batteries so we can check it all out. Everybody have a little sippy if you got one. And let's go back to the chat and see who's come into the room since we started up. All right, let's see. Randy's here. Randy Ryan, thanks for coming in. Junkers and Clunkers made it. Very cool, man. Thanks for coming in, guys. Give Blood's here. Cool. Daniel, what's happening, man? Very, very good. Henry made it. What's going on, Henry? How we doing down there in the Big Easy? There's our buddy Josh. What's going on, man? Pirates Cove. Paul White made it. You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome, buddy. All right, let's see. What else we got in here? One made it. What's going on, One? That's my buddy, man. All right, Poor Possums made it. What's going on, Rick? How we doing? Turlo's Garage is here, man. That's my master at arms. I don't know if you guys saw on his community page, he was accepted into is it Dandelion or Daffodil? Dandelion, right? Dandelion Parade or Daffodil Parade? I remember 62A is your number, Andy. I just can't remember. I know it's the flower. I think it's Dandelion, right? Country Boy Gas Garage made it in. All right, guys, check it out. Right beside Country Boy and Andy are my first two channel members, and if you'll notice, they have the little fill the bucket daffodil. That's what it is. It's the little fill the bucket beside their name. That's the badge for my channel. We did a custom badge. Now, guys, let me ask you, in the in your emojis, do you guys have an emoji for Phil? I thought I put a custom emoji in there too. If you don't mind, could you check and see? I'd like to see if there's a custom emoji for Phil the Bucket. Desert Rat made it. What's going on, Mike? Thanks for coming in, man. Robbie Altry. All right, Jason made it. Thanks for coming in, Jason. Kevin L's here. Yeah, there it is. Thanks, Jason. So Jason and Turlo as the first two members of my channel, and they have an emoji for Fill the Bucket. So I vote that we make it a rule that if they make the emoji for Fill the Bucket, you also have to take a sip. That way, if I'm rambling on and I forget to show the paddle, those guys could keep you in check and make sure you got to take a sip. That's my vote. Andy and Jason now have making people sip powers. Thanks for joining up, guys. I appreciate it. That's awesome, man. I wasn't sure if the emoji was going to work. I was excited about the badge. A lot of channels got the round circle, and it's kind of like all the same, and it's kind of generic. Ours has the special little fill the bucket. I didn't know how that'd go over. Very, very cool, man. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. David made it. David from West Texas. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go up and check out. I was rambling for a second. Make sure I said hello to everybody. If I hadn't, make sure you guys say something else so I know that you're here. I love talking to everybody. Lonnie, what's happening, brother? There's Turlos. That's great, man. Remember, guys, the emoji on the chat board is the same as the paddle on the show. Carries the same weight. Chopper Mike, thanks for coming in, dude. Awesome work on Gino's panels, brother. You might just want to put a cooler beside the chair, Grady. We're going to have a good night, I think. Gordon Walker, thanks for coming in from Michigan. All right, Robert made it in here. Very, very good. Outstanding. So, like I was telling you guys, we're pretty excited about this. Is like Kim and I's first swap meet together, and it's more of a speedway one. The most thing I could really hope for is to find a vintage tack, something like that. Now, I'm not saying there's not going to be any tin vendors or anything there, but it didn't sound like it. Like I was saying over in the Nobody show, William Wegman goes to it. And he was saying it was more like a pig and pick, like everybody brings their stuff, sets tables up. So we'll see what happens. But we are excited about Carlisle's coming up in about 3 weeks. It runs from April 20th through the 24th. And I emailed with Cars Inc., and they are going to be there. And I'm going to call them Monday. They're willing to bring me the panels, provided they have the inventory for the Nova. That is a huge, huge thing for a little tiny shop like mine, not having to absorb the costs and stuff of shipping. So I'm hoping they have at least some of the stuff we need, right? But I'm going to get as much as I can. Kim's just going to have to close her eyes and hand me the credit card. All right, let's see. And like I was telling you guys, anybody that's just coming into, we're going to do our best. I've never done a live on my phone. I'm pretty sure I can. I might fool with it later. We'll see. Just so if I can go live for a couple minutes while we're there to kind of like give everybody a look around of the swap meet, I will. All right. Yo, what's going on, Dennis? Thanks for coming in, man. All right, be careful, Dennis. Be careful. Eyes on the road. I appreciate you listening in, though, brother. I really, really do. All right, Rick's in here. What's going on, Rick? How you doing, brother? All right, let's see here. I wanted to take a minute to El made it. That's all right. You made it, El. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. Thanks a lot, brother. I wanted to take a second to acknowledge birthdays. Is Ron here? Is Big Job Ford here yet? His birthday's this week, and Becky's birthday's this week. I don't know. Are you in here yet, Becky? You guys keep an eye out for those guys. Those are the birthdays this week. If you guys could let us know give us an idea when your birthday is. We got a little note keeper up there taking care of that. We like to acknowledge everybody and wish them a happy birthday. Let them know whenever their birthdays are. Try to keep the community tight, right? One, I'd have to go back and count them up. We'll have to look at it. Swamp Thing made it. What's going on? Dan's here. I'll sing happy birthday, yeah, but the people have to be here. I'm not going to sing to the air. I have no problem singing happy birthday to my peoples. Let's see here. Well, that's that. We cut through the list pretty quick tonight. So this week coming up on the cars, the weather's still really crappy. And I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm not going to crawl. I don't mind crawling around on the damp ground, but I'm not cold and damp. So we'll jump right back on the Nova floor as soon as it gets plus 60. And I don't, I, you know, so we got plenty to do on the 55 though. I grabbed my son up. He helped me get the Nova seats back into the back of the shop for now. And he's going to come over next week and help me hang the doors back up on the 55. Like I said, I'm going to cut them plates loose so I can mount my new poly bushings. And I want the doors latched because mine moves a little bit whenever I loosen things up. And my gaps change. I have shims on like three of them on the passenger side from about the midway of the car back. There was that car was tapped at one time, and and so you know the frame's okay, but it's got a little tweak to it. So when I take those shims out, it may move a tiny bit. My gaps may change. So I want the doors latched before I do that job. So my son's coming over to help me with that. I'm going to finally finish up that firewall in the back. Oh, check this out. So I go down to the Harbor Freight about a week ago or whatever, 2 weeks ago, and I bought an air riveter. Now they cost a few bucks. I mean, I didn't buy like the cheap one. I bought the Chief brand. It was like $170. But I read the directions. All right, I try to make sure I want to take care of it. It says right in the directions, unscrew the bottom of the canister, grease the piston, and fill up the reservoir while it's upside down with hydraulic fluid. Okay. I take it apart, oil everywhere. It was already done. A brand new $170 gun. It's like it's booby trapped. They want you to take it apart. Well, you took this apart. We can't take it back. So now I got to run out to the maybe on the way home, Kim and I'll stop like a Napa or something. I got to get a little thing of you know hydraulic fluid to replenish what I took out. So be careful when you read the directions. Sometimes I don't know what they were thinking with that, but I think I might have messed up my new tool. We'll see. All right, let's see here. I don't know if I'm going to come out of a cake for your birthday. I don't think you want that, Dan. Picture Cosmo Kramer with chicken legs. You don't want that. Well, I sorted it. Like I don't want to mess up the tool. They said prime the tool. They want you to prime the tool. I took it apart to prime the tool. I don't know why I took it apart. I was going to have to leave it apart for a day. I just wanted to look in there because I'm reading it and it says, yeah, you got to prime it. I didn't have the hydraulic fluid to begin with. So, but all them rivets I'm going to put across the back and down. I'm not going to sit there and hand squeeze all them. It was worth it to buy the tool. So we'll give it a try. It's like the battery ones are upwards of $900, and I'm not spending that kind of money on a rivet gun. So I got a decent air one. We'll see how it works. like I learned my lesson on that crimper hole puncher. I got the one for $40. They had them for $150. It lasted for a job and a half, and now it don't even operate. But it did work for the job that I needed it for. So there's that. Tell you that was a pain in the butt too, taking apart the thermocouple for the heater core. Those little legs are in there. You got to get a little tiny screwdriver to pry them up straight to get them out. Man, that wasn't all end of the world stuff, but it was a pain in the butt. I almost stabbed myself 2 or 3 times with the screwdriver. You guys didn't see that part. There we go. So anybody else? Well, you guys know what our big plan is this weekend. What's your big plans this weekend? Is there any swap meets in your area? Is anybody planning on going to anything? Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. All right, Mike. A battery one, Mike, or an air one? Mine's that Chief brand from Harbor Freight. They're supposed to be all right, but who knows now that I took it. Mm, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, got a little cup on the back to catch all the thing, all the little pins, the used pins. Well, it depends, Henry. Like if I'm standing there and I'm holding the central pneumatic angle grinder because I wanted a second angle grinder. I was tired of every 5 minutes having to change from a sander to a cut wheel, so I wanted to have a second angle grinder. And I got to find my straight one. It's out there somewhere. But I had the central pneumatic in my hand, and you could just feel it. And then I picked up that one Chief, and it felt like beefy, and it actually felt nice in my hand, like ergonomically correct, but there was about a $50 difference in the price. So there's that. I committed to more overtime and bought the more expensive one. Andy's Doghouse. What's going on, brother? Brrr. All right, man. Thanks for coming in. Charlotte Auto Fair next weekend. Sounds cool. Well, I see things are starting to warm back up. Like I said, I'm hoping Cars Inc. has the body panels for the Nova. At least some of them, they can offset quite a bit for us. I'm pretty excited. I emailed them when I got home from work. They emailed me back pretty early. I emailed them, and within 2 hours, they sent me a response letting me know, yes, they'll be there, and yes, they're willing to bring me panels provided they have them in stock. Let us know what you need, call or email. So I shot a quick email back, but I think it was the end of the day. So the guy that answered me left his business phone number there. I'll call him Monday because he may want to deposit. I'll even buy it, as long as they have them, I'll buy them over the phone. And as long because they're a reputable company, they'll be there with them. So we'll see. Actually, I got Jay to thank for that. Jay Hammond. He's on our Facebook group, and he's in there. And I was telling everybody, Auto Metal Direct answered me in Facebook Messenger, but it was real vague. You have to check with one of our vendors. We're not going to be there, but our vendors might. Check in our web page. You go to their web page, especially on a phone, you can't find anything. So I was like, and Jay's like, try Cars Inc. I was like, okay, I'll try Cars Inc. And they answered right away. And their stuff's okay. I used some of their stuff on the 55. The back the trim that goes around the back window when I changed the package tray, that metal piece that the rubber hooks into, that doesn't come on the package tray. You got to assemble that separate. I got that from Cars Inc. I got the bottom patch panels for the front fenders from Cars Inc. And I actually bought the uh, I guess the bottom of the door hinge on the pillar where it comes around and the rocker hooks in and it goes up about a foot. I got those, but I ended up not using them. It was so nice whenever I took it apart. The only part that needed a little bit of tin work was the bottom that goes into the rocker. And I was able to fix that, so I never cut those. But my vent box area was just a rotted mess. So I just cut the doors out and blanked all that off and killed all the rust in there that way. I mean, it's a gasser. Who needs the air vents? Probably me in the summer, but we'll see. You know what I was actually thinking about getting for that thing? Whenever I finally get it rolling, I'm actually thinking about getting one of those. What do they call them? They got the sponge, and they're like the air sucks in them and it blows in. You wind them up and put them in the wind. For driving at a car show, they say they work all right. I guess the air passes through the water, and whenever it finally gets into the car, it cools off a little bit. I think they're neat. If I find one at a swap meet, I might pick it up. I forget what they're called, but I know what they look like. Swamp cooler, Frank. See, Frank's an epithera of knowledge. He solved my tractor problem and he remembered the name of it, the swamp cooler. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, the swamp cooler. I should have known it when I seen the Swamp Thing 56's name in here. Michigan made it. What's going on, Mike? Thanks for coming in. And by the way, thanks for coming in, Frank. Let's stop and check. That reminds me to come in here and check and see who we got in here. Make sure we don't miss nobody. We don't want that. All right, Daniel's got the country fair going on. That's what I got back home. They got the Big Butler Fair. I haven't been to that in like 25, 30 years. That's mostly farm animal and stuff, though. It's like the farm show and the carnival and the rides like that. It's nothing like a swap meet or anything. Make sure you take a sip, y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you, Terry. I saved my grocery money. I don't know if I told you guys that before. Up the street, we got the giant supermarket. Well, they have a gas station across the street. And for every 10 cents you spend, for every $100 you spend at the supermarket, they give you 10 cents off a gallon. And you can stack that up for like 3 months. I've been trying to do that to offset my gas bill, but then my food bill's going up because the food's through the roof right now too. Everybody's complaining about the gas prices, but have you checked the price of a steak lately? What do they want people to eat? Hey, Shopcat made it. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Butler Fair, sir. Butler, Butler one. Clean the air out of your wax, or clean the wax out of your ear. All right, let's see. Who wants to see me make fun of Kim? I told you. Oh man, who when your wife gets mad at you, and I don't want to say yell, but how does she talk to you? Kim talks through her teeth when she's mad. Like today, I chucked my Tupperware bowls into the sink, and I forgot to take the lids off, and she hates that. I told you to take the lid off of the thing. Uh-oh, she's coming down the steps. I told you. Go ahead. I heard you coming. Hey, you see that? Hello. Yeah, she's wearing she never wears my shirt. She always wears Andy's shirt. I'm like, what the heck's going on with this? Andy, you got something going on with my wife. I said, where's your PW shirt? I don't like that shirt. I'm wearing Andy's shirt. Oh, you guys cracked me up. Let me go up and read Andy's last comment. Hold on, Andy. I'm going to go up and look at it. It's up, huh? How high do I got to go? Let me see. I'm looking for it, buddy. Might be easier if you type it again. Wait a minute. Read your last comment. The last comment I see before that one, you said something about Country Boy can service or something. I missed it, Andy. You might have to type it again, buddy. There you go, everybody chug. Country Boy and Andy can shoot you guys the little membership badge too. My first two members, my buddies. Yo, there he is. What's going on, Don? Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. There it is. Fill the bucket. Personalized badge. Only if you're a BW Garage member. Oh man. Dude, I'm telling you that you had me cracking up, man. I was laughing so hard that one day on your video you lifted the roof up. It's almost a drop top, man. That's great, dude. Oh shit. That's you get lucky, Daniel. After that's what I think everybody does. After you wait till after St. Patrick's Day, and anything pork's like next to nothing. It's like you can get a corned beef, a big giant corned beef brisket thing for $5, and it was like $50 2 days before. The ham and the pork roast, everything like that. You get it after the holiday. And you stick a couple in your fridge or the freezer, especially after the prices being going up the way they are. It's there, Josh. Andy, maybe ask Andy or I just put it in. If you go to my channel's homepage, there's a join button right there. Now, last week I'd messed up when I set that up. I messed up. There was another thing you had to fill out. I didn't know. I had to go in there and say activate the join button. So it's activated because Andy and and Jason are both members. Yo, Tony made it in. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it, dude. Well, there's quite a lot going on. You just missed Kim beating me up on live TV. Uh, um, we talked about a swap meet I'm going to tomorrow. What else is going on? We talked a little bit about what we're going to be working on this week. Probably going to stay on the 55 this week. Like I said, until the weather warms up a little bit more, and then I'll crawl back in there and knock that other side of that floor out. The other thing that set me back on that was that order from Jags. I got the one. I am going to take the cover off. I do want to look at that. The inside quarters, the bottom. I bought a patch panel, but it claims it's for a Camaro and a Firebird. But every time you do a search for a 70 Nova, and they're saying it'll work, so I'll look at it. The stamping don't look exact, but do you really care once the panel's on the side? I don't care as long as it's not rusty metal and it fits. So we'll find out. What's Terry saying? Sue is Mr. P. Light for sure. What else we got? Tailgate party. Yeah, we're having a bit of a party, Dawn. Make sure you have a cold beer if you're having one. That's cool, Frank. I'm hoping everything starts back up. I mean, a few, we have one cruise in the first Friday of every month at the Chevy dealership. It's about 5 miles from here, but they didn't have it the last 2 years for obvious reasons. I'm hoping they bring that back this year. I'm looking forward to it. And that's always a good time. They always play great music. They got a hot dog stand there. It's like you're back in the 50s and 60s, man. They move all the new cars to the back and all the hot rods are out front in their big yard lot and all that. It's a good time. The roadkill site and see what will fit. Maybe the swap will have secret parts. Hey, we'll look and see one for sure, and I'll check the roadkill site. Is that roadkill? Is that the guy that comes into Chad's and has the bird or whatever it is? Is that and they were talking about his website or something like that? I think that's who you're talking about anyway. Shady side. You going to the drags? That's all right, Rick. You can't swap meet drags. I mean, you got to be at one of them, right? I gotta go. I just want to go. I can't wait till Carlisle because I mean, that'll be my first Carlisle. And this, there's the spring Carlisle, and it's supposed to be huge. It's Ford. I may take off. I was talking to Kim about it, and I might take off and go down there early because it's the 20th. I think it starts on a Wednesday and it ends Saturday's like the last day. They have a car corral where they auction off cars. They have all the big parts vendors come in, and then they have like Ford during the season too. They got like a GM Carlisle is in June. Just Google Carlisle, PA, and you'll see there's a Ford for you Ford guys. They have a Ford Carlisle where all the Ford vendors come in, the GM, the Chryslers, and Mopar and stuff like that. It's just awesome. And then they have the Fall Carlisle, which is a mix of everything. So there's like 5 big ones a year. And from what I'm told, it's a great time and they're huge. It's a big fairground. You got to walk. Jay's going. He goes every year and he's one of the vendors down there. The guy we went to see to help Dan get his trim, and we got a couple parts from. And we got Mike his seat back. He's always down there. That's how I knew about it. He sells parts year round, but he goes to Hershey. He goes to the Carlisle events. That's his bread and butter. So we'll probably see him down there. Probably hang out with him for a little bit. We'll see. So we'll see what happens. And that's in like 3 weeks. So I got to make up my mind real quick. I got to schedule it off for work. Hang on, let me see what's going on. And that ain't bad, Robbie. $1 for a burger. Oh, we're past the time. We have sticker giveaways. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I hate silence. It's like I try not to be. Maybe I babble a little bit, but I don't try. I don't like to have a whole lot of dead air time. So we're gonna do sticker giveaways. Let's get that done with. Done here. Ooh. All right. The first one we're going to do is fill the bucket and what do they call this? The transparent one. It'll peel transparent, the transparent BW garage. All right. So we're going to do those first. I need a number between 1 and 30. 1 and 30. Go. There it is. Andy's doghouse. Andy's doghouse. Let me go in there and look. All right, there it is. Everybody see that? The number 1 on my screen down here. Let me just verify Andy was first. Andy came in first, and Don's Hot Rod Garage came right in after him. Andy's doghouse. Did you get the first batch I sent you, Andy? I sent you a batch so that I could get them on that heatilator or the pillar or one of them. I wanted you to have a fill. So now you definitely get one. Another one. In case that one got lost in the mail. All right. Let's see. Ooh. All right. We got this batch is another fill the bucket, and we got the round BW garage. Ooh. And I need a number between 1 and 30. 1 and 30. Go. And I'll give you a clue. It's Kim's backup softball number from back in the day. I don't think anybody's watching. I remember, but I don't know if anybody else will. Hold on, Kim's yelled something. Somebody got it. Oh, Don's Hot Rod Garage. Don's Hot Rod Garage. He must have known Kim's softball number. Number 27. Number 27. All right, Don and Andy. I got both of your email, or excuse me, both of your mail addresses already, so you don't need to send me no emails, and I'll get these in the mail to you. So congratulations, Andy's Doghouse and Don's Hot Rod Garage. Outstanding. Oh man, that's always a good day. Yeah, look at one, and where's her age? Her first choice in numbers the 13 on the softball, but her backup number was always number 27. I think we still might have a couple of her jerseys. Now she always made the paper. Let me tell you, Kim was a heck of a softball player back in the day. Her and her sister both. Let me get a fresh beer. I'll be right back. All right. Everybody else have a sip too. All right, so back to the car stuff. We're running out of reasons and excuses not to put the Raptor on there. We're going to try to get that on in the next 2 weeks. That's my goal. The second that dries, we're going to put the wire harness in. We're not going to fool around. We're going to see if Phil's available. Great if he is, and if he isn't, we're going to put it in anyways. You just lay it in, and it's plug and play. All right, we're not going to get into a whole lot of nonsense with it. We're just going to get it in and get it going. Fuel lines, I'm still looking at. Going to need a little bit of flex line to get down to the frame. I do have some 3/8 stainless steel already in the shop, so I may use that. I got to find out what kind of fittings are out there. Now, I guess it's, does anybody use compression fittings on fuel lines anymore, or is that a no? I'll take some feedback. I'm looking now. I got 10 for the fittings coming out of the tank. They're pipe that go into the fuel pump. So I can handle all that. I'm just, and like I said, I have a piece of 3/8 stainless tubing out there. So I got to decide. The fittings. AN fittings. Okay, Mike. I kind of knew the AN fitting part of it but when you're putting it on the tubing, do you flare the tubing or can you use ferrules and nuts? I don't know. I'm very, very green with that stuff. All right. Well, we won't use compression fittings, Andy. I guess because I was talking to my buddy Kevin, flare the tubing. Gotcha. Just my buddy's got that hydraulic flaring tool. We'll just use that. That's not a problem. Very good. Very good. Yeah, because the stuff's gonna go down pretty quick when it all goes down. I just want to be able to move that thing in and out of the shop because there's certain days I'm gonna have to have the Nova in there just to get under it and get some stuff done. But the 55 don't sleep outside, just so you know. If I can't do it in one day in the garage, I ain't moving it. Always inverted flare, furrow and nut. Okay. Arrow equipped fittings. Gotcha. Well, I know what to order now. And like I said, mine's 10 coming out of the fuel. And then I think it's 3.8. I have to look. I think it's 3.8 NPT that goes into the pump. I got to pull out the fuel stuff I got. My engine guy bought it for me whenever I had the engine down there. He was ordering a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm standing there looking through the book with him. I'm like, he goes, "Yeah, you could use that one." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, just get it, just so I have it." And it's been under my bench for 2 years, but it's there. We have it. I guess I'm gonna have to order some more Kilmat. I have a box out there. It's enough to do the 55 or the Nova. So if the floor in the Nova's done before the 55, then it goes in, and I'll have to order another batch of it. I got the little roller. I got the whole bit. So we'll see. Now I got my. I was looking at the other day my bows. I took my bows out whenever I when I stripped all that glue off the tar actually off the roof of the car and cleaned it all. Well, I took all the bows off and I numbered them because they are different, I believe. Anybody that's done it should be able to tell me. They looked a little different, so I numbered them. But I can't remember if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I videoed it, so I got to go back and look at the video. That's one of the benefits when you do this stuff. I've had stuff laying around for so long, I forget. I can always go back and look at the video, and it kind of jars my memory. Even if I don't specifically zoom in on it, I'm the guy that did it. I kind of remember once I see it. I'm like, oh yeah, who knows? I assure you, I'm not a professional car builder. I just kind of wing it. Uh-oh. All right, let me see. Kim's telling me something here. Hang on, everybody. All right. She wants me to take a second and go back and read some of the comments, and that's a fair. Let's see. I'm going to come up. Flare the tubing. Okay. Hey, Cameron Burns made it. Thanks for coming in, buddy. All right. I'm not specifically certain. Honey, I read all these. My fuel line, the fuel line I have, Mark, is 3/8. I got a piece of 3/8 stainless tubing out there. And obviously I'm going to have a little bit of braided line that goes to the fuel pump and then come out of the fuel pump with the hard line, run that down back to a braided line that goes up to the motor. That's my plan anyway. Subject to change. I'll have to look at that stuff, Frank. I'll write. I don't have the pen down here to write it down, but whenever I end the video, when I end the live stream, I'll click on the doohickey or doohickey, and it'll come. I'll be able to read the chat tomorrow, and I'll go through that. I'll look at not Nico, Noco, adhesive back foam. I already have the kill mat. I mean, I told you guys know about the story with that. They sent me one piece. The distribution center messed up. The company that the kill mat, they contacted me. It happened to a whole bunch of people, not just me. I was like freaking out. I'm like, I thought somebody ripped open the bag and took all the kill mat and gave me one piece. uh, hey, what's going on, Puglisi Speed Shop? You want to know how to get the run out of a primer? Go check out Puglisi Shop's video. Not the last one, the one before that. Well, check the last one too. Don't misunderstand me. But he's got a cool way to get the runs out. All right, let's see. Oh, you going back to we don't into hockey. Check them all. That's everybody's shop cat. That's not just you. That's everybody. It's the numbers fluctuate. I don't know what the right number is either, buddy. We're not worried about baseball or hockey, the two of yous. Email that stuff. Well, there you go. Don answered it for you. I do notice that, like, when what the public can see, you guys see the same thing. The public can see, oh, you got 350 views on this video, and then you look in the studio and it says you got 700, and it takes like a day for it to catch up. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not my thing, dude. It's like I liked it a little bit when they used to fight. Whenever there was like a reason to fight, if you always had a couple enforcers that just sat on a bench, and if somebody started doing something out of line or dirty, you could go out there and get it straightened out. They don't have that no more. You want to see a fight, you got to watch the Oscars now. I couldn't resist. Either that or watch. Let me, hey buddy. Little doggy come down here, my little buddy. Hey, don't be going back there. You don't have anything back there. You don't need to be going back there. Yeah, he's my little buddy, Robbie. He comes down here, see what's going on. Now you ain't nowhere for you to sit, buddy. I don't even have the rug over here. I don't like when he comes down here. He's getting old. He can't be going up and down them steps. I guess mom's in the back room. He doesn't know where everybody is. And you might have to come call him. Yeah, get to work, Jason. Get to work, buddy. I'll tell you, it's tough, man. It's like one video, it's like, I'm just a small guy. So it's like one video, I'll get 425. The next one, I'll get, 800. Then I'll get 6,000. Then I'll go back down to 300. I don't have the answer. I think I need to do more of the things whenever on the bigger one, whatever that thing is. You can only watch so many of those self-help videos, and then you just get confused. I just decided I'm just going to keep making videos. I don't know what it is, Robbie. I struggle just like the next guy. Yeah, the shorts help you in the short term. I noticed that. I did run a little experiment. You guys saw it. Now a lot of people do it for a full month. I did it for 2 weeks. I just banged out shorts, one right after the other. I'm still going to do them, and it does bring a lot of traffic to your channel, but your stuff just all your numbers go in the tank because people aren't watching a 10 to 15 minute video. They're watching a 15 or 30-second video. And I don't, the analytics hasn't differentiated that yet. I mean, they're separating it on your homepage now on a computer. On my phone and in my studio, it doesn't differentiate. It does if you go to the next step, but it counts as the last video. It's so that's enough of the analytics. That stuff's puzzling. I seen Gordon. I seen that you wrote about some of the stuff, and the company I'm using's in Michigan, the Cars Inc. You know, I can't afford to have it all shipped in freight. So they're gonna meet me at the swap meet. Yeah, they're fun. It's like they're different. It's like I had one viral video in my whole 2 years, 3 years of doing this, and it was on TikTok, and it was what, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I think when I looked, it was 168,000 views. We'll go in and check real quick. And it was when I was down there at my buddy's garage messing around down there. 169,200. So I'm TikTok famous. I think I did gain over 100 followers from that video. So I got like 200 and something now. It was Terry. It was about. I also released it. It's in. I think it's on YouTube. Let me go in and look. It was the one about the dipsticks, the transmission dipsticks on newer cars. Let's see if I can find it here. I think it's on. I think it's on YouTube. So this thing's slow. Let's go to shorts. Yeah, it got 1,400 views on YouTube and got 169,000 on TikTok. It's called Transmission Fluid Check on a Modern Chrysler. And it's basically the Chrysler. It's like the Mercedes Benz transmissions and stuff. They seal the transmissions and they have a dipstick hole, but they don't have a tube, or rather, but they don't have dipsticks anymore. And you have to heat, you have to heat it up to a certain temperature, and they sell a tool. They're like $30. You can look them up online. They're like $30. They're an actual dipstick, and it's got accurate lines and numbers on it. You put the dipstick in, with the transmission gets up to a certain temperature, and when it reaches that temperature, you pull it out, you check that number, and then you go to a computer, and on a graph, it'll tell you if the fluid level's normal or not. That was pretty cool. And the only reason I made that TikTok is my friend Kevin. We were just standing at the back of the shop, just shooting the crap like we usually do. And Snap-on showed up, and he had ordered that and was waiting for it. And it showed up, and I'm like, well, and he hands it to him, and then I take it out of his hands. I'm like, what's this? And he goes, here, let me show you. And we made a little TikTok out of it. It was spur of the moment. There was no planned video, anything like that. So I got my buddy Kevin to thank for that. He kicked battery acid in my face yesterday. And my son made a video on TikTok, I guess I have to get a link for it, or he sent me a thing. Maybe I'll upload it on mine on here so you guys can see. He was going to work yesterday, and his battery exploded. He stopped at the Wawa to get some breakfast or something. So went into the store, come out, went to start his car, and he heard an explosion. It's like, what the heck? He pops the hood, the battery blew apart. There's, long story short, my buddy Kevin and Mike, they called their tow service to get it and take it to their shop. Luckily, he worked right across the street, so he wasn't late for work. He walked across the street, and they checked the charging system. Everything was fine. The battery's garbage. I mean, it just had a short or something, and it blew up. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and me and my sons, I went to pick him up from work and I took him down there. He hangs out down there too. We we kind of get in their way. They're running a business and we're always down there hanging out with them. But we go down there and they're showing us the battery. They're like, yeah, man. And my son's looking at it. And my buddy Kevin, he puts his boot on it and just like peels where the side of the battery had blown off and let it go with his foot while I was down there and it splashed. I said, "Man, you might think I was at a woman's ice skating contest with all this dirty stuff going on. You threw battery acid on me." But it's not like the old battery acid. It just make you itch a little bit. It was, I guess you had to be there. It was funny. I'll use that material for a year on them. Remember that time you threw battery acid on me? That's my buddy, man. He's the one that helped me out with the brake line. The one I destroyed. Now I got to get him to come back over. I feel terrible. Not really. It's an excuse to get him over here. But it's going to be a couple weeks because now it's trout season. See, starts tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I won't see him for 2 months, but he'll make time for us. If not, I'll just have to get the flaring tool and wing it. Wing it. I'm pretty sure I could handle it. No, it's not a Harbor Freight battery, Andy. It was a good battery. He even said they've seen it before, but for like, cheapo batteries, this was a Deca. It was a good, he said he's been using them for a long time. That's a good battery. But it was from 2017. But, my son said he looked it up online because he was curious about it. And he says something about if the acid gets a little low and the hydrogen mixes with some oxygen, it can happen. It just builds up and boom. That's what happened. Boom. So luckily he didn't have to worry about the charging system or anything like that. It was just a battery replacement tow and a little bit of garage time. That's it. You know what I found really interesting today? I'm sitting there, they called me up because I usually stop after work, at least for 10 minutes. And I didn't stop today. I was like in a fog. I just, because I drive right by it. My buddy, he called, he done called me up. He texted me. He's like, dude, are you stopping or not? We've been waiting until you get here because they had one of those big Toyota forerunners or something. And the starter was bad and they needed help pushing it in the shop. They're like, we've been waiting for it. So I had to jump in the truck and run back down there. And I never knew this, but the newer cars, the starter is behind the plenum, behind the intake manifold on top, facing towards the front. You got to take the whole plenum off. You got to take the whole fuel system off to get down in there against the firewall to change a starter nowadays. 5 hour shop time they charge out for. There's like a thing all the shops, all the reputable shops use, that and it's like, and it's not like the old days where you lay on your back, put a couple shims in, and change a starter. You got to take the whole top end of the motor off to get to the starter these days. And people wonder why stuff costs so much money these days. Mechanics got to tie up his bay for 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. That's why. Yeah, Don knows. All right, Swamp Thing. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you spending your Friday night with us, dude. Appreciate you a lot, man. Take care. That leads us up to, we got about 1 minute left, 1 minute and 6 seconds left before our hour's up. I had a great time talking to everybody tonight, tried to keep it going. We're going to try our best. If we can, we'll go live tomorrow at the event, at least for a few minutes. Let you guys have a look around. We're definitely going to film, so you won't miss anything. Whatever my peepers and Kim's peeper sees, you guys will see. All right. We're going to bring a couple extra batteries for the camera, so anybody that's starving for a swap meet will have some footage on a swap meet. But that's what we got going on. I can't wait to talk to you guys again already. Let's see, maybe get our goodbyes in. We got one. Take it easy, one. We'll talk to you later in email. Grady, Brian, thanks for coming in. Henry, as usual, take a sip, my friend. Mike, take care. Lonnie, Andy's Doghouse, Josh, Rick Hunt, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you. Paul White, if you're still there, thanks for coming in. Give blood. Kevin L, as always, man, it's a pleasure, my friend. Don's Hot Rod Garage, have fun. Dab Life, thanks for coming in to say goodbye, my friend. Tony, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate you a lot. All right. So I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. So until then, take care, everybody.